Hello there, good morning everyone and welcome to my channel.
Now, so when does the year of the Yin Metal Ox comes in?
Well,
Is it February 12th on the day itself of the Chinese New Year?
there's always a big confusion about
Yes,
that.
I'm always confused.
Yeah, you read so much information on the internet and sometimes they tell you it's the 1st of January. I mean, newspaper will say 1st of January, year of the ox here. No. And then Chinese New Year, people will say, oh, it's on the Chinese New Year day. But it's actually on what we call Li Chun, which is the Spring Solstice.
Okay.
And that occurs generally, or rather traditionally, is between 3rd and 4th of February. And in this coming year, it will fall on the 3rd of February. And there is actually a cut-over time. So, and that is at 10:59 p.m. Yes.
Wow, okay.
So now this is important to note because if you actually have a baby that is being born around that time or rather on that day, and so is he going to be an ox or a rat? There's no such thing as a rat tail and ox head, okay?
We always have this dilemma in my family because, you know, my younger son, we always call him the rat tail ox head, and we always have this argument.
No. Yeah, I'm sure it's very common.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people asking me that question. But actually, as long as the baby is born before 10:59, he belongs to the year of the rat. If he's born after 10:59, on and after, then he belongs to the year of the ox.
Is there anything that's special that we should do on that particular day, the spring solstice? Solstice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there's this big tradition that came about in the last decade. People rushing to the bank, depositing their money.
Is that why I see queues along the ATM machine on one particular day of the year? And usually, I think, it's around 3rd or 4th of February.
Yeah.
You'll see people queuing, trying to deposit money.
Yes.
So what are the things that we should do? Is it a myth?
I think we created this phenomena in the last maybe 10 or 20 years. I can't call it a myth because it's something we are actually doing. People have been following that. Traditionally, they pick this day to actually deposit money because in Chinese or in Mandarin or in many of the dialect group, you do have the word spring, because this is spring solstice, right? The word spring in Mandarin is?
Chun.
In Hokkien is?
Don't know.
Chun.
Chun also.
So you have Chun, but you have Chun.
Oh, Chun. Okay.
So it's very similar sounding.
Right.
And therefore, people start to think, okay, if I start putting money on this day, I am actually saving money because that's the sound of that word also talks about saving money. So that's where it came about. But of course, then it developed into like on which zodiac sign should go to the bank at which hour.
So lucky hours for a particular zodiac sign. And because I'm a faithful reader of Clarice's book, there is this particular chart. And I faithfully, every single year, since I got to know Clarice, I'll faithfully deposit money into the bank, and I'll tell my family members, do not withdraw any single cent. Right? Is there any amount that we need to put in, or must it be by ATM machine, or is there any special little rituals that we should do, or even we'll check, depositing a check, will it do the trick?
Well, if you deposit a check, then you have to calculate when the money is going into your account.
Oh, so it has to be reflected.
Yeah.
That's something that we should know.
Yeah. There are a lot of people that do ATM, put money into the ATM. So of course that's going to be reflected later. But still, physically you're there putting the money.
Yeah.
So that's the physical act that actually fulfills the prophecy, so to speak. Now, then you have bank transfer, which is a big no-no. Because
Big no for bank transfer.
My clients will ask me, can I transfer money to my wife? And can my wife transfer money to me? And then it cancels everything out.
Yeah, it's just like, you're withdrawing money, right, from your
one
bank account. Yeah.
into another
Okay,
account.
no.
Now, is there any truth in this? I actually believe in collective consciousness.
Okay.
And law of attraction, since there are so many people going to do the same thing on Spring Solstice at these hours, the lucky hours we call it, then definitely the energy is churned up, everybody is positive, and therefore you are going to have, achieve a certain level of positive outcome from this.
Yeah.
Myself, if you ask me, or you haven't asked me, but if you ask, have I been doing this? And how long have I been doing this? Actually, I started doing this before I was a Feng Shui master.
Oh, is that right? Well, I started doing it.
That was 20 years ago.
I see. Well, I started doing it because I see queues of people at Raffles Place depositing money on that day itself. So I was just curious and I tried to find out, but we didn't follow any particular timing at that point in time.
Yes.
So when your book was launched, I'm like, okay, I'm going to stick to this particular times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, basically the hours were selected from the almanac. Yeah. And of course, now we have COVID. We had COVID-19. I'm not sure about going to the bank next year on February the 3rd, but if the ATM queues are too long, you can always put it in your personal safe.
Right.
That still counts.
Okay.
Because you are saving money.
Right.
你还是在存钱。
对。
Okay.
So the thing is, remember, if you don't have time or the queue is too long, do the physical act of putting money into your safe deposit box at home.
Yes.
Right.
If you don't have a safe deposit box, please get one.
Okay. For before 3rd of February rolls in, get a safe deposit box in your house.
A safe, yes, a little money box.
Yeah.
You can put your money in.
Thank you so much, Clarice, for explaining to us, because we always see, monkey see, monkey do, but we never really know or understand the explanation behind it.
That's all right. I'm glad you asked the question.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.